This is LNK, the VHS guy, and this is going to be a huge VHS update for July 16th, 2016. Let's get started right now. This is a 1990 reprint. This is an Elvis commemorative collection tape. I do have a few other Elvis commemorative collection tapes as well. July 24th, 1997. Here's a Good Times Hollywood Movie Greats tape from 1987. I also do have the 1981 Betamax tape of this film. Recording tab. We all know what it has at the end. This copy is in much better condition than my other one, which I showed in my update last week. This copy I'm going to keep, while the other copy I'm going to get rid of. This is part of the Agatha Christie collection from Republic Pictures. Co-produced by Muir Pictures, which distributed a few Republic Pictures tapes in the 90s. December 11th, 1997, exactly 2 weeks before Christmas that year. Here's a very rare Paramount tape in 2005. This is a former rental from Movie Gallery. Here's an MGM Musicals tape. New Technicolor restoration. And this is one of 2 films with Judy Garland that I got in this update. I apologize if I tipped the iPad over. January 9th, 1992. Here's an older Good Times tape from 1984. And this is an MGM movie, which is still in the public domain. This surprisingly is a print date, September 9th, 1985. And we all know what this probably has at the end, since this is an older Good Times tape. Here's a Warner Home Video Cheesy Shield tape. I have quite a lot of these. In fact, I have another Cheesy Shield tape, which I'll show later on. And those are the tapes I got at one thrift store. Now here are the ones I got at another one. And this is one of 2 John Wayne films I got. And this is directed by Howard Hawks. Which, speaking of that director, I also got another John Wayne film, which I'll show a bit later. In a couple of minutes, I mean. September 6, 1990. Here's another MGMUA title, and this one's in the slipcover. For some reason, the title is backwards on the right side. I do have a few other MGMUA tapes from 1985 there on slipcovers, including Bells Are Ringing and Double Trouble. There was a print date under the end label, but I taped it back on, and it's July 10th, 1985. This one is pretty rare. Unfortunately, I did not even see Volume 1 at that thrift store, but I just had to get this one. This is a pretty difficult title, if you ask me. This is my second CBS Fox Classic Romances tape in my collection. The other one I have is An Affair to Remember, which that's also a 1990 tape. Here's a pretty interesting BBC documentary, and this one is actually an NTSC, as you can tell on the side of a box. And this is technically a British tape because of E classification rating. Has the BBC logo on the inside of the case, which is something you don't see at all. Very glad to get another British tape. Here's the other John Wayne film that I got, and this is another one directed by Howard Hawks. Still in the shrink wrap. Although it's open from the bottom. May 30th, 1990, although the year part is covered by the hologram. And the next one, you are going to be so surprised when I see this. You ready to see this? This is the demo tape of Some Kind of Wonderful from 1987. Yes! I was so glad to get this tape. The rest of the box is blank. July 15th, 1987. It's the most awesome find I found this year. Here's another extremely rare tape in my collection. Even though SpongeBob SquarePants the show has gone downhill since about 2005, I still have to get this since this is an extremely rare tape, and I used to watch SpongeBob quite a lot growing up. Although the first 3 seasons are definitely the best. March 3rd, 2006. I apologize if I went a bit out of sequence with these Cartoon Classics tapes. But this is still another one I just had to get. Sticker label is coming off, so I have to tape it back on. I'll tape it back on later, I mean. So I'm not going to really wear it right now. Finally got the sequel to RoboCop. And I have all 3 films of the original RoboCop trilogy. May 6, 1994. This is another RCA Columbia Pictures tape. I have to cover the address sticker. Unfortunately, there's an address sticker on the sticker label, but I'm going to just scribble it out with a Sharpie or something like that. But this is another extremely rare RCA Columbia Pictures tape from 1989. Finally got this tape. Still in the shrink wrap. None of these have print dates, by the way. Still looking for the big box print of this film. And the next two are James Garner films. And they're both sealed, which I'm definitely going to keep these sealed. It's very rare to find sealed tapes nowadays. Here's another MGM title. Got quite a lot of MGM tapes recently. February 10th, 1994. Here are the last tapes in this update. And here's another Cheesy Shield tape. But this is a reprint, unfortunately. And I'll show you why in a second. This has the Boring Shield Warner Home Video logo. February 12th, 1997. Here's my first French and Saunders tape. Comes with a business supply card from BBC Video. Independence Day 2001. Here's another seal tape. And for any sealed tape I get, I'm going to keep it sealed since they're extremely rare. Here's another Cheese Shield tape. May 14th, 1993 and May 16th, 1993. This is my second Henry Fonda collection tape from Key Video. The other one is The Grapes of Wrath. A lot of shrink wraps coming off on this one, but I'm still going to keep it on. And here's the last tape in this update. And this is a Kids Classics tape from 1985. We all know what this probably has at the end. So that's going to be it for my VHS update, and I'll see you later.